Today, if you have nothing better to do, let's talk a little bit about what's happening in the market. The thumbnail is not a catchphrase. I honestly think that the biggest altcoin season is starting now, and you can turn some life-changing money. Let me show you my hypothesis and why do I think that this is the case. Starting from this is I'm gonna show you two graphs, and then I'm gonna tell you specific coins that you could consider researching, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about airdrops and other things that are happening in the news media. But first, let's start with the most important thing. Why do I think that the old season is going to explode now? Let's look at this chart. This is the total crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And this, if you can see this arrow over here, that means that it has just broken the chart. So that was the line of resistance and it has just broken it. What that means that now we can only expect upwards trend for the old coins. But stay with me, there's a catch here. Not all old coins will pump. Many of them, they just won't pump. So this is the first thing that we need to consider, that if we take BTC and Ethereum out of the equation, then this is the index. This is like the FTSE 100 for, or S&P, or Dow Jones, Nikkei, whichever index you're familiar with. This is the one of the crypto indexes, just taking the leading two coins out of it, and it's breaking. Um, this is important because it means that this is a good time to start looking into the old coins. Now, let's look at the second chart because, as always, there is a catch in these charts. Now, this chart, as you can see here, it has not broken its all-time high. That would be, we have a resistance point over here, and we have earlier resistance point, and that's not even that old, from 2020. Now, why is this important chart to look at? Because it's the crypto total market cap, excluding the top 10. This keyword here is important. So when we look at the BTC, and I can show you what are those top 10, but if you look at the previous chart, it was saying excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, and here it's saying the top 10. Top 10 include like Solana and various other XRP, which are just starting to pump now. But they weren't pumping and they still haven't broken. This is an important resistance that hasn't been reached yet. So once we get coverage on those, then we can say that the full old season for all coins is pumping. But until this present moment, it's only the top 10 that they're pumping. Let's look at this into a different perspective. If we look at the top 10 here, and a few days ago I recorded a video on the top 30 coins that you could investigate and see the potential in them. So those are the top 10. This is the list. If we take this top 10 out of the equation, then cryptocurrency market hasn't really, the altcoin market hasn't really pumped in that much until today. And now we're seeing a shift in that. We're seeing coins like Cardano that they pumped 70%, Dogecoin, XRP 100% in the last 7 days. So those are very significant numbers. But what we can expect in the next few days to happen is that, and you can see already happening. So we have Pepe 93% up, Litecoin 30% up, Near Protocol 20% up, Aptos 20% up. So we can see that this list is kind of pumping all of it. And this is why I'm saying that this is the time when the old season starts. Not all of them have pumped, but most of them you can see green. So if you look at this category here of 7 days, you can see that many of those coins have been pumping. Honestly, some of them are just not worth it. They're meme coins. This is a lot of push. Meme coins are good if you're trading. I explained that yesterday, but if you're investing, what you're doing as an investor, You're taking your money and you're putting them and you hope that the narrative will go like that. And usually that follows by a crash and then you lose your money over here. But traders are, meme coins are very good for traders because what they do is that they put a narrative and then they set up stop loss. Then they put another position and then they set up a stop loss. So if market crashes, if the market starts going down, this is the point where the trading platform will close their position, so they won't really lose that money. But if the market keeps going up, they have another stop loss position, so they are paying a little bit of a fee. Those stop loss positions, they come with a fee, but they are making profits on the return. If you're an investor, you don't have anything like that. So meme coins, I'm not against them, but if you're a trader, then you know what you're doing. You should be looking at those. Um, Now, another point to make about reading too much news about which coins to invest, because I can show you what I did. I just typed cryptocurrencies and you can check. So today is the 16th of November. If you type cryptocurrencies, you're going to get those. And this is the first link that I've seen and I've opened them. I've opened the link to see what is this Google Guru investing, and that's 4 minutes ago. So fairly recent. It's not really old. And the coins that they're promoting here and saying that they would pump are Ethereum, which it's fair enough. Ethereum has a strong use case. Second is Aave. And the third one, I have to click continue, probably pay them a fee for reading the article, which I have no intentions of doing. But let's see if this is correct. Let's see if Aave really has that much of a potential. Where is Aave? Aave is going to be somewhere here on the list, and I'm going to show you what I'm looking. Let's go all the way from the top. Let's draw this line, and now let's look for Aave. Aave is going to be on this list, and I'm willing to bet that Aave is not performing very well. Yeah, you see. So this is Aave, and Aave is minus 12% on the last 7 days. So when the whole market is pumping, when XRP is 111% up, Aave is down 12%. What does it tell you? It tells you that this coin doesn't have the power to run. I'm not saying that Aave is a bad protocol, nothing like that. I'm just saying that from an investment perspective, and this is again, I'm not a financial advisor, this is my non-financial financial advice. Look at the numbers. Aave is 12% down on the best week of crypto. And this is what you would find in if you Google cryptocurrencies news, and this is the first advice that you can get, and you might read this article very well presented, explaining that they have X amount of profit, yada yada yada, and you might fall for that trick and go and invest in Aave. Aave is a good project, but I have never considered investing in Aave. It's a decentralized finance platform like many other. If I was looking at investing, so first we said we looked at this charts. So this is the chart that the crypto total market cap, excluding BTC and Ethereum, has just broken this line. So this is the line that we are seeing here. And what that means is that those coins, excluding if we highlight those two, that means that the other 10 have just broken that line and started pumping. So we can see that, you can see the numbers. You can see how Cardano is pumping. We can see how Dogecoin is pumping. XRP is pumping. Solana, not that much because they have been pumping all the way throughout the year. So now they really don't have that much potential. And we're gonna see the same thing happening with all of those coins over here. So from 3 to 10, they're gonna pump and eventually they're gonna burn out. They won't be able to have 100% return every 7 days. That will flatten up and they will start getting still crazy returns comparing to the stock market of 8% or 2% in a week, but not much. And remember, in one of the earlier videos, I was talking that Binance chain is not a good investment because of all the problems that Binance had with the legal case and their exiting the US market. Well, you can see that reflection here. So you don't really need to have a PhD in finance to know these things. It's quite obvious. When you have 10 different coins, why would you risk in this one? The return, the potential for return is the same, but the risk is much bigger. So it's quite obvious that that won't really pump as high, not in this bull market, possibly in the next one. So once we have covered those 10, we have reached that stage. Now we're entering the next diagram. So crypto market excluding the top 10. And this is still has a potential to pump because we are here and we need to break those levels. So once we break those levels, then we can say that the altcoin seasons for the other coins is up, which means where would you park your funds now? Well, you can see that these coins are already pumping and they're running. Even if you're not parking your funds here, it's worth looking at these numbers from a perspective of look at which coins have the power to run, because that matters. That matters because when the cryptocurrency goes down, some of them will recover and pump back, and some they won't. Now, one of my favorite coins here, Chainlink, it's not pumping. It's not running. And Chainlink is an oracle. It's an amazing coin. I'm very keen on their project, but it's not running. So if I was an investor, I would really look at that very carefully because these numbers mean that once the market, so we're going up now, but eventually it will crash down. And then this is the point that you would be accumulating and buying. And in this section, now you need to take notes on which coins are you putting them here as marks that you're going to buy. And is Chainlink going to be one of those? Judging from how much they can pump, uh, I'm a little bit reluctant. I will be looking at coins that they are running at this moment. So these figures are, let's highlight, those are the only two figures that I'm taking as a note now, and to consider to put them in my bucket list on which coins to buy the next time the market is down. Because remember, there's so many brilliant coins with excellent projects, but if they cannot run, they're not good. And stay with me. I'm going to talk about one specific coin that I'm going to try to isolate one coin. So I'm going to do that later on. The one best coin from all of those, one coin to rule them all. Although that is a very risky strategy. If you're investing, you need to look at these figures here and start putting small amounts in each and not put all your eggs in one basket. So looking at those coins over here, which ones are pumping? I'm just scrolling down to see Render. Render is a brilliant coin. They have a really good AI narrative and they are pumping, but not as much as Hedera. Why? Because Render have been pumping all year and Hedera has been down. So now I'm taking a note that Hedera bar has a potential to run, has the power to run. When it goes down, I might put a percentage of, let's say if I'm putting 100 USD, I'll put 1 USD in the Hedera bar and see how far is that going to get me. What other coins do we have that they're pumping? Um, Narratives like AI, super intelligence, you see, this one is not doing very well. And quite often, many of those really hyped up narratives like quantum AI, yada, 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 new technologies, they're not doing very well, usually. They need to have a use case. If there is no use case, it's not good. Arbitrum, this is pumping. It's number one, layer two. I'm not going to talk much about it because I still hold Arbitrum and I don't want my bias to influence. I believe that Arbitrum will go up to 10, 15 USD, and it hasn't. It hasn't been doing that great. Actually, at some point, this was 2 USD. I should have sold then, and I didn't. And now I'm waiting for that to go to 1 USD, 1.5, 2 USD, and then I'm gonna cash everything. I won't be holding it just because there's so many other coins, and 90% of my portfolio is in Arbitrum. Um, for those who follow this channel, I'm an airdrop hunter. I'm not an investor. So those are money that I didn't really buy. They gave me the coins, and I don't have much. I have like a couple of thousand of Arbitrum coins, which are not worth much. But if they're, I was hoping that if they can go up to 15 USD, I would cash in and have a more power for hunting airdrops at a larger scale, but staking and all that, but it didn't really work out. Monero, yesterday I was talking about Monero. So for the last few days, I've been talking about, oh, Jupiter is here as well. But let's talk about Monero first. Monero. Okay, Monero. You see, this at this stage, Monero should have been going up, but Monero is going down. So if you watch my video from yesterday, day before yesterday, I was explaining why is that. So many people are strong believers in the privacy of case of Monero, but the charts don't lie. Your personal beliefs might lie to you. I like Monero; it's a good coin, but hey, tough luck. They're not doing very well now. Having covered that, we covered the point that you shouldn't trust everything that's in the news. Ethereum is good, but Aave is not doing that great. If you're interested in this kind of content, subscribe to the channel, click the like button. One thing to point out, yes, today I had a comment here, a very interesting comment, that somebody shared his private keys, asking me in the comments how to transfer his funds from one wallet to another, and he shared the private keys in there. And that's something that you should never do. And the fact that somebody is still doing that and making a mistake like that means that there are some people that are very high level of advanced knowledge on cryptocurrencies, but there are some people who still don't understand the basics. If you share your private keys in the comments, anybody in the world can steal your money. So I had a panic attack. I had to delete that comment as soon as I saw it. The name of the person was Paul. If Paul is listening, you should never share your private keys. The easiest way how to transfer fund from centralized exchange into a decentralized wallet is very easy. The comment was about specifically about transferring USDT. Most of the crypto wallets would accept USDT. You just need to make sure that you're sending it on the same chain. Otherwise, the money would be lost. So if your money is on the Ethereum chain, you need to send them using MetaMask, except would accept Base, would accept Arbitrum, Optimism. You need to send them on a specific chain. Otherwise, money would be lost. But that is I didn't really want to go into detail how to transfer money between the wallet, but I wanted to say that there are still people who would share their private keys in the comments, and that's crazy. Um, Now, subscribe, and you see, sometimes I get people who don't like my videos, and I get one person who doesn't like it, 13 people who did like the video. The same here, 1 against 13, 14. If you like this kind of content, please click like because those numbers are messing up the algorithm, and YouTube can ban me because YouTube might think that I'm talking about racially abusive or sexual content. Remember, YouTube doesn't check every video automatically. AI is doing it, and AI is just using a statistical number like that. So if there's one person here who doesn't like my unbiased review and prefers that I talk all the good things about Monero, and then he doesn't like the video, then YouTube might ban me. Hold on. Oh, yeah, this is another one. Just to show you, I'm not making tons of money from these YouTube channels, so I'm making quite often zero. So those are all zeros. I'm just doing the YouTube channel because it's fun. I like crypto, and I've always been into this kind of new technologies. Actually, I have other channels as well. One is on artificial intelligence. But anyways, now I told you that I'm going to be talking about one protocol that it's interesting. I said it's going to be one. So let's talk about one. People like to hear about one project. If I was going to invest in one project, which one was it going to be? Well, this article is going to be the deciding point for me. If you don't know this article, this attention is all you need, is the article um, behind the original transformer. ChatGPT is a generative pre-trained transformer, and this is the original article for transformer. One of the authors on this paper is it's in the crypto, and he has a coin. But just if you're not familiar with this paper, it's publicly available online. You should definitely read it if you can understand it. GPT is a very interesting technology, but something to point out here. You see, OpenAI is created ChatGPT in 2018, but this is in 2017. What you can notice here in the lists of these authors, can you notice the email? Those are from Google. Google researchers created the transformer. Those are all Google people, Google people, Google people. And probably they don't work for Google now. I haven't really checked them. Probably they work for other companies. But in 2017, this paper got published, and this is the basis, this is the origin of ChatGPT. This is the transformer model. Attention is all you need, the paper. Now, why am I talking about this paper so much when crypto is really not that advanced into the world of AI? Well, the final author on this list, that guy, Ilya Poluskin, is the CEO of Near, consequential. Now, if the guy who was the author of the ChatGPT paper creates a coin, that really puts my attention at high alert. And Near protocol hasn't really been pumping that much. You can see this, it went up. This was in 2021, but then it went down. And it's one of those coins that it went up in recently and then down again. It's not doing that well. And if I was going to choose one coin to talk about, it's definitely going to be Near because it's all about AI. So I don't know why don't they put AI in the name because it doesn't make it clear, but Near is quite a lot about AI. Now, having said all these beautiful things about Near, how it's the one coin that I would invest, I have to point out something else here. It's not always about the technology. Sometimes it's about how what people believe. And if you look at some of the leading coins like Ethereum, here you have a section. Most of the community doesn't believe that it's a good coin. This is a very interesting statistic. So Ethereum, and it's a coin that has the most use case. It's a coin that the guy is using makes a lot of money on gas fees, and people still don't believe. That sentiment is important. So when we're talking about coins like the Near protocol, before you YOLO all your money because it's a good project, remember this. Sometimes the sentiment means a lot more than the actual technology behind it. And let me demonstrate that. You see this coin here, Pepe? Pepe is a meme coin. Pepe is not a project. It has nothing to do with technology like Near protocol, and yet Pepe is pumping 90 odd percent, and Near is pumping 20 odd percent. If you're putting your money in a form of a short-term investment, and if you're a trader, meme coins could be more promising. Obviously, they don't really have much of a long-term perspective. They're all gonna crash. That's quite clear and quite obvious. Uh, but even if that was not the case, what is to say that Chainlink won't outperform Near, although Near has more promising CEO and it's based on the AI technology, Chainlink is an oracle. Those are both really good projects, but they're not pumping. So this is the point that I'm trying to make here. It's not really about the technology. It's about what people believe. And if somebody can go to my channel and in the comments leave his private keys, this tells you that the people, the users, are not really that advanced with crypto anymore. So they won't even know that Solana is a fully centralized chain. So that might pump more than some of the other coins. They won't even know that Dogecoin it's just a meme coin. If I was betting, I would definitely be spreading my assets. But AVAX, for example, hasn't really pumped that much, and AVAX is as good as Solana in many ways. Sui, they've been talking that Sui is going to be the Solana killer. I honestly doubt that. So Sui and Aptos are the same. And if you are putting money into one of those, like why not spread it into the two of those? Because they have exactly the same technology. And actually, the tokenomics of the circulating supply is of Aptos is a lot lower than in Sui. So be careful when you YOLO all your money into projects like Near because they are very promising, because that's not always the case that the technology is good and it's gonna pump. It won't. It won't. We had IOTA. IOTA. Where is IOTA? What's happening with IOTA? Let's see. IOTA. I still have IOTA. I have a lot of IOTA. I believe this was a really, really strong narrative, interesting project. And it's going up now. It still needs to go up to 100% for me to recover my funds. So this is, you see, uh, it was price 0.7. Oh no, at some point it was a lot more. Oh, yes, 4, 3, 4. So at some point it was in this range of around 5 USD. Hold on, let me highlight that. And then it went up again. So you see these IOTA projects and these very highly technical projects like the Near protocol, very promising. I would be careful. I would put a little bit of money, but not too much. Now, let's close this windows so we can move on to something else. This is airdrops. Let's talk about airdrops because this is an airdrop channel. I'm a hunter. I don't invest. I hunt for free airdrops, and there's lots of talk on the internet about Jupiter because they said that they're going to be burning 30% of the Jupe token supply. They're going to do that live, and they're very hyped about it. And there's lots of people talking about it on the internet. This kind of news, usually it would make the coin rally up because there's going to be a 30% decrease in supply. Now, let me show you something. Let's go to Jupiter. 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 And Jupiter is down. Jupiter is not up. So why is that? Because people are not naive and investors, they know their stuff. So Jupiter as a coin is not performing very well. Jupiter is just a DEX, and although the team has been trying to present it as a really good investment and a good project, let's look at the let's look at how it's performing compared to the other projects. So hold on. Jup. Okay, this is Jupiter. There we are. Jupiter is 6% down over the last 7 days. So that's a 7 day narrative. So in the last 7 days, where XRP went up 110%, Jupiter is down 7%. Now, that is very important because 7% down in the same time that they're announcing that they're going to be burning 30% of their token and their coin is still going down. There's no sign of recovery. That's not a good news. That's just not a good news. Other projects that many people, many influencers have been talking about include Radium. This is on Solana. This is another DEX on Solana. There's so many DEXs. You see, it's not doing that great. We can continue this debate and argument. Lido. Lido is here as well. Lido is on the MetaMask. You can invest and stake Ethereum. That's not doing very well. 3% down comparing to when market is going up, that's going down. There's lots of projects here that you really need to pay attention. Helium. Helium is a good project, but it's down. When the market is going up, it's not running. Those are coins that they're just not running. It's not about how good is the project. It's not about anything else. The project has to run. If the project doesn't have a capacity to run, it's not something that I would be investing. because simply there is no real sentiment for it. So which projects you should be looking at? Definitely not those meme coins, but if we look at again, we're going to put this in two brackets. And this is the only thing that we're looking from a technical analysis point. XRP. I'm not a fan of XRP. I don't like them. I think it's a very old coin. I like the new shiny coins, but it's running. That means that if it goes down, this should be on your list. Dogecoin. Maybe you don't like Elon Musk and all his stuff, but it's running. Cardano. Maybe you don't like Cardano because you think it's yada yada yada, but 70% up in 7 days. It's running. What else do we see here that is running? Sui, I'm not big fan of Sui, but it's gone up 50%. It's question if it's gone up 50% because it actually went up 50%, because I've seen 10 influencers, at least 10 influencers talking about Sui. So they're pumping it. That's a fact. Uh, but if you really want to put money into this technology, Sui technology, then mix it with Aptos because it's exactly the same technology and nobody's promoting them. What else you can see that is running? Meme coins. They're something that I have never been for and I will never be for. Meme coins have no use case. If you're a trader, then I explained with the arrows why for trading they're perfect, but for investing, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch them. Internet computer. This is a very old coin, and you see it's not running. It doesn't have a potential to run. Actually, it's struggling. So I wouldn't be putting that in my list. What would I be putting on my list? Render. Render has gone up so much in the last 12 months, and it's still going up. So that means that it has a potential to run. You see, this is all from this year, and then went down, and now it's going up again. So it's a runner. Therefore, it's on my list. Hedera, 70 odd percent. It can run. But let's try to talk about something else now. Mode. Mode has this optimism airdrop, which you need to claim now if you're and if you face this problem with restricted region, then just go to your uh, VPN, change to some free country, refresh the browser, and there you are. You can claim your optimism from Mode. I have Mode staked on 4 wallets. I'm not even gonna check because I think the amount is gonna be so little that I would rather record this video than go there and waste my time on 3 coins or 5 coins. What else do we have? And let's wrap it up here. This is on the Cosmos airdrop, this Twitter thing, so you can follow them and learn more about the Cosmos airdrop as they happen, or there's many people like me who will tell you. But there's a new coin which is coming out now. It's called Moz, and this is for people who have staked Ethereum and TIA, participants in Ethereum and TIA and Move ecosystem, and who have engaged with major DeFi projects. I'm not going to be clicking on that link because I'm not expecting, and I just don't want to click on links if I'm not expecting because I'm not holding any tier. I don't have any tier. I actually qualified for their job, but I didn't claim. I had some issues then. I didn't log in, so I don't have tier. If you have tier, then you would qualify for this. Let's close it here before the video gets too long. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.